Hey there nation, welcome to the show where we help you to play miniatures wargaming on a budget. It is I, Commander CheapSkate, and we are back. This time we're kind of debuting kind of like a semi-new series. It's called Meet the Kill Team, and what it is, that's a series that we're creating dedicated to our Kill Team Chronicles Battle Report series, which is based on our Warhammer 40,000 Kill Team Battle Reports. And so what we're doing in this series is kind of showing you some close-ups of the various kill teams that are taking place in that campaign. So that way you get a little bit more information about what the kill teams are about, what armies are playing, what armies they are, what miniatures are they making up the kill teams, a little bit about their background, that kind of thing. So today we'll be talking about the Astra Militarum kill team, the Suicide Squad, which is the kill team that I play. And we will also be talking about the Genestealer Tyranid kill team, the Crawling Chaos, that my buddy Scream with the Emo also plays as well. So we'll be talking about things like their quirks, the demeanors that the characters have, all that kind of jazz, and that's what we'll be talking about in this video. So with that being said, let's go and start off with the Suicide Squad and talk about exactly what they're made up of. Okay, so starting off with the Suicide Squad, this is my Astra Militarum kill team. The idea is supposed to be, and narratively speaking anyways, is that my kill team is made up of scummers, bounty hunters, mutants, pit slaves, as well as gangers from Necromunda that are being led by Inquisitor Gregor Eisenhorn, which is the special character miniature that was used for the Gregor Eisenhorn series that Black Library has published. The idea narratively is supposed to be that Gregor Eisenhorn is doing a series of critical missions for a kill team campaign. He went to Necromunda in order to conduct his mission, but unfortunately the only people he can have at his disposal is a prison full of criminals, and that's what he decided to use in order to help out his cause. Now, the mission that this kill team has is to die well. Basically, the situation is desperate, the enemy is advancing, and they must stand their ground and die well for the Emperor. Their background is penal troops, obviously, which is offered one last chance to earn redemption through service. This band of deadly but ill-disciplined soldiers must serve or die, which is kind of fitting because these guys are all Necromunda gangers and underhivers. And the squad quirk is kill a rep. Everyone knows that you don't get in the squad's way, not if you value your life. Alright, so those are my little background information about each of my kill teams. Up in the front, of course, is Gregor Eisenhorn. That is the leader of my squad. He's just being played as a regular sergeant from a guardsman sergeant. He has the voice of command ability, all that kind of good stuff. His demeanor is nerves of steel, which means the soldier is implacably calm and focused no matter the circumstances. If you've ever read the kill team, the novels about Gregor Eisenhorn, that kind of makes sense. Up next is Judge Darko. He's a guardsman who's also my comm specialist, and his demeanor is gung-ho. The only approach this soldier knows is to kick down the door, to storm with guns blazing. Right after that is Red Harvest. Red Harvest is my scout specialist, and his demeanor is vengeful. That means this warrior will lost comrades to a particular race or enemy, and now hates them with a singular passion. And then finally we have One Shot Blonde, who's my special weapons gunner, who's also a sniper, and her demeanor is Eagle Eye. This warrior is a naturally gifted shot, able to drop an orc from 100 yards every time. So that pretty much makes up my specialists, as well as the background information for my kill team. As you can see, I got a number of squads in my kill team. Up first is my infantry squad. Now these ones are represented by King Slender the Scavvy, as well as the Saracen the Bounty Hunter, as well as Two Bob the Pit Slave, and Redcap Killer the Scummer. These guys are just being played as normal regular infantry from guardsmen. I also have two special weapon squads. On the left-hand side, that's Blitzkrieg Bob, as well as No Face and Chopper, armed with a melted gun, flamer, as well as grenade launcher. And of course, Wesley and Johnny as my second special weapon squad. One's armed with a sniper rifle, and one's armed with a plasma gun. And that pretty much makes up the Suicide Squad for the Astra Militarum. And this is my kill team that I will be playing for the campaign. Alright, and lastly we're going to talk about the Crawling Chaos. This is a Tyranids kill team that my buddy Scream with the Emo is playing, and this is also a all Genestealer kill team as well. As you can see, my buddy Scream with the Emo has a 5 Genestealer squad, just normal 5 Genestealers, armed with Rending Claws as well as Skyling Talons. And he's also got 4 specialists as well in this kill team. The mission for this kill team is to terrify. Pretty much the backstory is that the prey on this planet are strong here, and the kill team must spread panic and confusion to weaken their defenses, which is actually a pretty good thing to use for Tyranids, because not Tyranids, for Genestealers, because Genestealers are shock troops. Their background is that they are a stealth brood, which means this kill team comprises of beasts of highly adapted to something unseen from enemy lines, which is also very appropriate for Genestealers, because Genestealers are like the infiltrators as well as scouts of a Tyranid army. And the squad quirk is Slinking. The beasts of this brood scurry through sewer pipes and crawl through ducts. basically tapped from Onyx and quarters. And that also makes sense too because of, the way Gene Stealers are, basically used narratively in Warhammer. As you can tell, these Gene Stealers are actually from the Space Hulk board game that came out a couple of years ago from Games Workshop. As you can see, these Gene Stealers have a lot of character. These are absolutely beautiful sculpts. These are actually really fun to paint as well. My buddy Screw the Emo is playing this kill team, and it just kind of made sense to actually use these miniatures in a kill team type environment because, you're supposed to be fighting in cities and behind enemy lines and stuff, and so it just ended up being really, really cool for my buddy to use these. He decided to go with a traditional Gene Stealer color scheme with blues and purples, and that's exactly what we went through. So, starting off with his specialist up at the front, we have the Mind Flayer. And the Mind Flayer, his speciality is that his demeanor is that he is a synaptophage, which basically means that he consumes the brain matter of his opponents and instinctively knows exactly what they're planning, which makes sense because, his name is the Mind Flayer, so go figure, right? This one here is the Lurking Shroud. The Lurking Shroud is a really cool looking miniature. He's got this little pillar here with all these skulls on it. Basically, his demeanor is that he's stealthy, is what it's supposed to be, and that he likes to go out there and hunt down prey all by themselves. Next up, we have the Burrowing Horror, which is his combat specialist. So his combat specialist, scout specialist, and of course leader. His combat specialist, the Burrowing Horror. This guy has the acidic maw as well. It's kind of cool because he's busting out of the ground. His ability is that he's got the bloodlust ability, and because every single time he fights, he gets more aggressive and hungers for more. So because of that, he keeps on fighting. And the very last one, which is probably one of the most creepy looking miniatures, this one's called the Void's Echo. This is his Zealot specialist. As you can see, he's got a little bit of a decaying head in the middle of his hands. So this one is the Void's Echo. This is his Zealot, and basically his demeanor is that it's a mimic, which means it uses noise and stuff like that to lure people into their deaths, which is also kind of cool as well. Very, very cool kind of demeanor and set for these guys as well. As you can see here too, he's also got his 5 Gene Stealers. These colors are called Imgarl Screams, what they're called. They're basically just a 5-man Gene Stealer squad as well. Alright you guys, that's good to do for this one. We just wanted to let you guys have an introduction of our kill teams real quick. We'll be doing these videos periodically, talking about exactly which of our kill teams we're fielding and what their demeanors are, what their missions and backgrounds are, and all that kind of good narrative background, because we don't have time to talk about that during the battle reports. So we'll be doing 2 kill teams every video. We got 12 kill teams in the total, so 6 totals videos will be for Meet the Kill Teams. Alright you guys, that's good to do for this one. As always, please feel free to like, comment, and or subscribe. Your guys' input is invaluable to us as always. Also check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Google+, as well as blog.com for all us greatest news about our hobby. That's good to do for this one, you guys. You guys stay classy. Peace out.